Happy Monday, crypto and Web3 fans, as I got an urgent warning to share with you about altcoin softness. Solana in some trouble. XRP, more selling pressure ahead. Mt. Gox getting ready to dump tons of Bitcoin. And is the meme craze that fueled the price action over? And welcome new viewers and old friends. And if you don't know the deal, you're going to learn it here real quick. Viewers, comments come first. That's right. You drop me something hot, something dirty, something sexy. I might even put it in the beginning of my next video. Nina Zvirik says, this episode should be called Sexy. I think I said sexy like 100 times in that video. I will have it linked at the end. Some sexy news for the market. But I do have bad news today. The Derek Usta says, you make this sexy, no FOMO. Lawrence Williams says, the crypto market's in the shitter right now. Oh, we're going to talk about it. Why? Mt. Gox payouts, Solana having some problems, Coinbase impersonations. Let's get into it. Oh, God, I don't want to do it this morning. Look how red this is. I don't want to wake up and do this action. This isn't my happy Monday. Happy Monday, Klaus, you wake up to a shitty heat map. Let's do this. Let's do the bad news today while having some fun, having some laughs. We'll get a little humor in there.
Balls. Hopefully that puts a smile on your face.
Bitcoin sitting at 61,263, ETH 3319, both down about 5%. Sol going to be talking about here as well, down 5%. XRP 47.7, XLM under 9 cents at 8.7. Even Toncoin pulling back to 734. What's going on? Bad stuff, everyone. All right, I got some information up on the screen. I got BTC, ETH, I got all the alts, I got everything you could ever look for. But look at this far right column here. That's year-to-date gains. All right, so Bitcoin up 44% year-to-gain, ETH 45, 80 for BNB, sold 25. You guys get the deal. But look at this column right here, this 30-day one, and you're starting to see some massive pain train happening. Last 30 days, SHIB down 30%, Avalanche down 34%, Link down 21%, 32% for Near, Litecoin, PayPay down 22%, ICP down 35%, ICP huge pullback, pumps and dumps. Let's get into the reasons why. Mt. Gox trustee initiates Bitcoin cash payouts to creditors. Ooh, this is not good. And remember, the German government was also selling some BTC, putting pressure on the market. And the miners were also selling some BTC. I did that story yesterday. That's the one that I said was sexy. Well, that part wasn't sexy, but that is in the sexy story. That'll be linked at the end. The rehabilitation plan includes distributing 142,000 Bitcoin. 143,000 Bitcoin Cash and 69 billion Japanese yen. Well done with the 69 there. The distribution will utilize top global exchanges to enhance security and make sure that they don't melt the market down. The trustee has dedicated significant effort to implementing technical measures and establishing agreements to make sure we are all good. Here is the problem. The problem is this is scheduled to be concluded by October 31st, 2024, but there have been delays. All right. Check this action out, okay? What I've got up on the screen right now is market cap for altcoins. Look at this. This is since March, okay? Since March. Almost 700 billion in altcoin market cap. I can't talk this morning. With about 500 billion right now. So we've pulled back a fair amount here, okay? Now let's keep exploring. What was some of the reasons why altcoins were pumping and all that? Well, celebrity influence, meme coins, Solana had a lot to do with that. Well, now Solana is pulling back big time. In fact, the meme coin, right? Think of like the Andrew Tate action. What was the other girl? I can't stand her. Oh, I don't want to give her any attention. But either way, look at this, right? Look at this. Solana, $180 back in May, and now we're down to $127. Look at this. Zoom out just a little bit more, and you can see that Solana touched 200 twice. Couldn't hold it. Tried again to hit that 180, 190. Couldn't do it. Now pulling back quite heavily. Again, since March. Look at this. Big ramp up pre-March. Pulling back heavily. Going back to the chart I showed you earlier. Look at this. A lot of March action. Pulling back. So are we talking about a crypto winner for altcoins? Like, was this it? I mean, was it all about the BTC ETF action? And the reason I bring it up is, what's the current catalyst for the market going forward? I mean, we know some Mt. Gox action is going to happen. We know the meme thing is starting to fizzle out a little bit. this isn't good stuff. Economic policy is going to remain tight for a while. So for those of you out there that are looking for some pumps on some of your favorites, I don't know, girlfriend. This looks really, really bad. Here's the worst part. All of the SHIB, the Doge, the Pepe, the Floki, the WIF, and all that, they're all down massively now. And that's where a lot of the pump was coming from. All right, most impersonated crypto brand. Does anyone have a guess on who it is? Come on now. Talk about scams, schemes, hacks, and all that. Well, who is impersonated the most in the crypto sphere? I'll give you a few seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Coinbase is the most impersonated crypto brand by scammers. Wow. Meta was targeted over 25 times as many as scammers as the exchange. So Meta obviously more than the exchange, but Coinbase the biggest one. Among all United States crypto firms, the Coinbase brand was the most impersonated in phishing attacks. Coinbase brand was fraudulently used across 416 reported phishing attacks in 4 years. The report, which analyzed 1.14 million scams, claimed that over 249,000 of these incidents involved attacker impersonating a company organization. Do you want to see what some of the big things were that were, I don't know, scammed and gone after? Microsoft, 4,000, Meta, 10,000, the IRS has a bunch, Steam, Amazon, eBay, American Express, AOL, and as always, any article you see in this video, along with all my other ones, will be linked in the description below. So you still have a lot of scams, a lot of impersonation and stuff like that, and I just figured I'd share that with you. So now that we've talked about Mt. Gox putting pressure on the market, a lot of meme action, you know, a little bit of Tate meme action, a little bit of, and again, I can't think of what that lady's name is. I can't fucking stand her, but I can't. The one that did the mother, Iggy Azalea, fuck her stupid ass too. I cannot fucking stand her. But anyways, we got all that. Now we start talking about XRP price action. Okay, remember we talked about the pump up and then it got all quiet? Look at this. All right, this move right here on the left-hand side of the screen, this is BTC ETF action. Okay, that's all of this run up right here. And then we had that pump in March and we've since deflated. Hold on a second. Whoa, that's very similar to what we're seeing with Solana. Things are pulling back quite heavily from that March pump. It almost appears to be that the market pumped one last time hard in March and we have been on a downward trend since. Look at XRP. 70 cents. It broke 70 cents March 10th, and now we're under 50 cents. Been under 50 cents for a bit of time here too, which isn't good. So now that we've got Mt. Gox action, now that we've got meme coin action starting to fade and more redness showing up on the heat map with meme in all sectors, now that we also have global macroeconomic conditions which don't look so good, which means economic conditions are going to be tight for a while, how much more pain is there to come? And I want you to think of the concept of pumps and dumps with this crypto market. What about ICP? How many influencers and shillers out there were like, yo, bro, ICP. And I kept saying, dude, ICP is cool, don't get me wrong, but is it going to stay sexy forever? What about all my HBAR fans out there? What about HBAR and their electronically traded product that did nothing for the price? Again, is it pumps and dumps? Are things holding? I even said Toncoin. Ton has been totally blowing up here lately. But is that price even going to hold? And I said, no, of course not. Because it's all about pumps and dumps. And right now, the outlook on the market is not good. There is a lot of pressure to the downside. And we have to start asking ourselves, okay, then what's the pressure to the upside that's going to put us back into the green? And I think that's something we really have to start asking ourselves. Think of the narratives that have happened over the last, I don't know, say year, right? BTC ETF action. Well, that was juicy. It propelled the whole market. It took Bitcoin and then everything went up with it. Then all of a sudden you had the alts start rolling. Not all the alts though, but a good chunk of them. You started seeing some HBAR movement. You started seeing some utility movement. You started seeing some big moves in meme. You started seeing Sol make some moves. But then it just started eroding. March saw some juicy price action. There were a lot of big pumps that happened in March, but then what happened? Well, macroeconomic data came out that said, hey, rates are going to stay higher for longer, especially here in the United States where we're fighting inflation pretty rough. Europe has softened up a little bit. The UK has softened up a little bit, which is great. But big economic powers out there are still fighting inflation and slow growth. So now if you have slow business growth projected for the rest of the 2020s And you're going to have rates higher for longer. And you've got a Mt. Gox payout, which they're just going to be doing money print and go dumping onto the market. What do we got to look forward to? You really think the ETH ETF is going to be enough to propel us forward? Or are we going to erase all the gains that we saw since like October, November on? I mean, think about that. ICP had a really big pump from near the end of last year through now, erasing those gains away. So it's pumps and dumps in this market, and it's urgent market warnings, as now we're seeing more data telling us that it's going to be rougher for longer. Speaking of rougher for longer, let me share this video with you. I did it yesterday. It talks a lot about the sexiness. You want to play a drinking game? Drink every time I say the word sexy in that video, and you'll probably be drunk within the first couple minutes. What am I doing today? Training day, ladies. I got a race coming up in a few weeks I got to get ready for, so I'm training. So I'll catch you cool cats later. I got to run before my balls melt off. See ya.